Hello and welcome back to the Canny Caledonians in Imperator realms. So, this is the final episode, and it's the final episode because, well, for one, I think we've achieved everything that I wanted to achieve in this series, which is a good way to end it. I've achieved absolutely everything that I wanted out of the series when I started, which is good, right? Step one. Second one is, there's been a lot of dev diaries and a lot of talk in like the Imperator subreddits and things like that, and on the Paradox forums, that they're basically changing a lot of the game in a patch which is coming out in June. So basically they're changing a bunch of the mana stuff, they're changing stability stuff, they're changing naval stuff, they're making things more focused on characters rather than on kind of abstract concepts. So instead of things that I don't know any specific examples, but imagine like right now you've got oratory power, right? And you can just fabricate a claim. It may be that you have to use a character instead, like maybe a character plus some oratory power or something like that. There's a little bit more character-based stuff. Your characters have more effect on the game, and that's really, I think, going to change how it feels a lot. Because right now, these characters here, they mean absolutely nothing to me. I have no memory of who any of them are. That might just be because they all have Latin names that all just merge into each other, but really, I have no idea who each of these characters are because they don't matter in the grand scheme of things. They're just here to fill in the stats. I just choose whoever has the highest stat. That's the character I go with. That's how things go. They're changing a bunch of that, which I think is good for the game overall, but it does mean that because I've kind of finished everything I want to, and there's basically a whole new set of systems coming out in June, I want to take a break from the game, come back, maybe play a little bit off camera to get a hang of the new stuff, and then maybe come back with a new series in a couple months' time, or maybe once some DLC comes out, and, you know, give it another shot then. Once they've polished it up, and once they've worked out exactly the direction they want the game to go. I do actually quite like it. I liked what I played of it up until this point. Like, this point in the series, I have no real clue what to do, because the game's not really guiding me anyway. Like, for instance, we're playing EU4. You're thoroughly guided in an EU4 game, right? So say we're playing Britain, right? Or let's say we're playing Scotland in it, because that was the most, you know, that's the most like one-to-one relationship we have. So Scotland, I do that. I take Ireland, I then take England, then I form Britain, right? So I've done that. Then in EU4 terms, it's giving me like missions. It's saying, hey. So it'd be in like the decisions here. It would say, instead of these, it would go, alright, now you've done that, why don't you go and start colonizing over here? Or why don't you start building a navy? Or why don't you start doing X, doing Y? You know, it gives you a little bit more push towards your goals, which I think is really quite good. There's a similar thing in CK2 where it's not necessarily as structured, but as you go through, you'll get lots of events that'll push you towards things. Like you'll get family members coming and saying, I have a claim on this title. I think we should go to war for this title. Do you want to go to war with me? That sort of thing. Or, you know, give me some money so that I can press a claim. That sort of thing is again, it's a little bit pushing you forward. But right now, I don't feel like there's anything pushing me forward. The events that we get are mostly based on our government, and it doesn't seem to be making any demands on me, apart from like, oh, you'll get a favor that affects an event further down the line. It's a little bit vague. Maybe it's just because I don't know the systems well enough. I don't know what it's trying to tell me. But it feels like there's a little bit more that could be added in the game in terms of structure. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Like, before we became Albion, there was definitely something like that in here. Like, we had the decision, form Albion. We had the decision, form the Caledonian Confederacy, and we could work to one, work to the other. I don't know. I guess I just like having goals in the series. So, anyway, I'm going to end it here, and I'm very excited to see what comes next, maybe in a month or two. So, the series that's going to be replacing this is a Crusader King series. It's going to be coming out later today, and hopefully you will join me for that. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.